Hello there. Um, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. For several days, it was quiet, but I was waiting to hear what some of the investigation of this second shooter taking pot shots at Donald. Um, well, he actually never got to take any shots. However, again, the right is going insane. I do not want to sound cold or callous. However, some people, like Hitler, just off the top of my head, don't know why that came to mind, need to be stopped. And some people, the only way to stop them is for them to be totally stopped, shall we say. I'm not saying I advocate for that. People like Putin. Um, but I'm not going to say, oh, that wouldn't help. Uh, so I'm in a little bit of a spot in my morality type of thing with that, like with capital punishment. But some people need to stop being a strain on society and a tax on society if they're never going to be rehabitable. And anyway, it's very interesting that karma seems to be taking over, where the American justice system seems to be lagging. And by that I mean, one, both of them had past or present mental health issues, warnings. Other people have said things about them. Uh, Number two, the other thing in common, other than it being addressed to directed at Trump. But remember, the first one, it was whoever had a rally or some sort of speeching thing being done, any event near that guy in his area. So that just happened to be Trump. It could have been anybody on a congressional campaign, or Biden at that time. It could have been anybody who was political. The second thing in common is the type of firearm. Where? I know what that is. I know what the connection is. Both things that Republicans for decades have been recalcitrant in trying to nationally program. And number one, I told you many months ago, and if you missed that one of the reasons that I saw a video from one of Marjorie Taylor Greene's KKK events that she spoke at, and one of the like the MAGA events, and she said they will never agree to a nationally funded program for helping on mental health. And she said, because we know the libs will only use it as a way to give transgenders help. They never, with the current in there, with MAGA, they never plan to do it. They'll yap it up, but they never, ever plan to do it. Okay? And the same thing with the guns. Not only is it because they're getting money from their gun lobbyists and all the other, manufacturers, to vote no on gun regulation and actually open up more and more. That's the other thing. who was responsible not only for not restricting firearms, regulating them more strictly, but for loosening. Wasn't it the first year Trump got in office? Didn't he lax up, saying that, yeah, if they have domestic violence on their record, they can still get an AR-15/AK-47? What the fuck? What? If they have mental health issues, which they, remember, never, ever, no matter what they say, plan to initiate, because then the libtards will let the fucking transgenders use it for mental health. Yeah. And they also said that they wouldn't ever do mental health because the transgenders and the abortionists would use it for their purpose. Marjorie, right from her little mouth, right from that evil little bigoted, racist little mouth of hers. And so they have no intention. I will never believe that they have any intention to fix, to do anything nationally or help for mental health or gun regulations, because it's the same thing. They're looking for all the devious ways Democrats could possibly manipulate that law, because that's the way they think with laws. Every time a law is brought, they did it with the border law. They never even read it. They were trying to manipulate and already assume and say, well, this is what, if it doesn't have this, we don't want to look at it. You know, but they wanted nothing to do when it was being drafted. But as soon as it was brought forward, they're like, no, because Trump daddy said no, so we're not even going to read it. No. What the F, man? What the F, people? So you can believe their lying ass who have lied to you and turned around the very next day and posted on their own accounts videos of the exact opposite of what they just told you very genuinely and sincerely the day before. On and over and over and over again. They do that. But things that I've told you that have panned out later have not been bad information. Okay? So I'm just telling you, do your research. Okay? She has said those things, and I made a video on it some time ago. When I first saw that clip, I was just like, I might have even downloaded that on my YouTube to save it as proof. I'm sure I probably did, because that was just such a little, that was like before the summer, the start of the summer. I mean, some time ago. And yeah, I was just like, I had to play it back because I actually thought with some of the noise, I misunderstood what she said. Maybe I didn't catch a word or two, but that's what she said. I had to play it 4 or 5 times, literally. And ever since then, I mean, I didn't trust before at all, but I thought, you know, any glimmer that maybe she's just been totally down the rabbit hole and she's not, but she is that bad. She absolutely is that bad, because they know exactly what they're doing it for. But they won't be honest about it. So every time they say Democrats are manipulating shit, you know, people say it's a he said, she said, Democrats say you're manipulating, Republicans say you're manipulating. But I've seen shit myself, because I spend way too much effing time online watching shit. From different places, not all from the same channel at all. There's a dozen different channels that I rely on for different things. One is for volcano and earthquake news. And yeah. It's astounding that karma is getting them back, because both of those attacks were from people registered as their own people. Kind of hard to put the blame on the Democrats when that's the second one in 2 months. Like, and so far, no ties at all to the Democratic, you know, coalition at all. So yeah, there's that, and the fact that the Haitians eating dogs and cats in Springfield, Ohio, yeah, that was started partially in you know, when that one person said that, and then the white primacies came in through and did their little, ooh, we're big, strong, 12 of us, you know, we're strong, and we're all scary, whatever. They're also racist and bigoted and stupid looking. So, says the person with orange and coral hair. So that tells you how stupid looking you are if somebody like me thinks you're an idiot. You know, I mean, it's not necessarily, well, that's because you're an idiot, but like, I know what eclectic and off the beaten track looks like. You ain't it. You're just stupid. Okay? This is eclectic expressing yourself. You're just hateful. That's all they are. So yes, I find it very interesting that karma is on the fast track above the DOJ is all I can say. And I'm not saying that he should be executed, but I am saying that that's what happens when you don't regulate mental health and you don't create programs, and you also deregulate guns and firearms and capacity. That's what happens. And who's done all of that? Let me think. It's a toughie. Give us a minute. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, wait, I don't even have to answer. Can I get Republicans for 500? Pat. Yeah. So, you know what? All this manipulative blaming and, you know, deflective tossing that J.D. Vance, that guy looks like such a whiny ass pussy. Oh my God, he has no idea how he so much sounds like, rubber, you're glue. Anything you say bounces off of me and sticks onto you and no backsies. This is what Vance sounds like. Oh my God. Yes. The party of law and order, the party of family values, the party of personal accountability. They must be describing the Democratic Party, because that is not the Republican Party for the last decade, pal. Not at all, pal. Not at all, people. So, karma, maybe you'll start thinking about, and we've always said it, you know, it's you know, I don't care if they hate the people that are this color, because that's not me, it doesn't affect me. I don't care if they, you know, about these people, because that doesn't affect me, that's not me. Eventually they're going to come for you, and then there will be nobody left to fight for you, because you've let them all be eradicated. It's the same thing. That's what happens when you want to fuck around. It took a while, but y'all are starting to really find out. It's not even the school shootings with the innocent families. Families that don't believe in your policies are losing their children. Okay? Now it's you losing your shit. Now it's you being scared. Now it's you being worried. How does that feel? Because as full of empathy as I am, and sympathy, I have none for you, because you have been told, you knew everything that you've done, all of you, has been wrong and not what God wants, but yet you spew that is God favored. when you know he doesn't like bigotry and oppression and racism and shit. You know that. And you didn't want to listen, and you still wanted to preach to us while you were banging some gym guru behind your husband's back, but preaching to us. While you're feeling up some guy's groin in a theater in the public and vaping in front of children while you're lecturing us about values and family. While your own son is ripping people up and stealing IDs at like 18. Good parents model. So yeah, do I take delight in it? I don't like to admit it, but I maybe a little bit. Because it's not like they didn't know, number one, it was not right. Number two, they kept doing it. They get away with all this shit for years and years and add on and make it up. You know? Just amp the shit up. What did they think? That they were going to be the God's chosen ones like they claim? I mean, honestly, because that is just seriously delusional, and all of them should be put in institutions. I don't care what level they are. I'm sorry, we'll find other people to take over their companies, because it's retarded. It's not reality based. Honestly. It's just seriously twisted rationalizing and reasoning. It's and this is what happens. Eventually, all those guns and those people with mental health issues are gonna come for you. What does that feel like, MAGA? Do you like it, Trump? Because that's what you've been doing to everybody else. That's the way you've made everybody else feel. Be worried about everything you do. Is it a cop car? Is it a good cop car? Is it a bad cop car? Is that a good person? Is that a racist? Yeah. Okay. And even white women. Because you're a woman. You know, the ones that are the most abused are the women of color. So how does that feel? Getting just a little tip of the iceberg that you've been dealing out for all these years. So my sympathy meter is not. It's out. It's on vacation. It's sipping a margarita because it ain't having nothing to do with anything that happens to any of you guys. Because it's your own rules and your own game and your own law that's going to wind up doing it to you. Your own judges have already been doing it to you. You've only got one or two that are favorable to you. That's it. And the rest of you under Donald, you haven't fared any better. And Laura and Marge is just so mad because first he was buddying up to Boebert, little groper, and Margie got mad, and Margie's now pissed off that once Gropert's, she's too much in the news. Now that little Laura Loomer nut case is, sorry, no offense to nuts, now that she's his squeeze, Marge is in a myth. That's why y'all haven't heard to it. She's pissed. She is way pissed. She followed him around like a panting little puppy. I mean, dressed in that stupid red dress, even when it made her look fat. Kissing his ass so hard, she looked like she had her face in a bag of Cheetos. And now it's Laura Loomer is the squeeze, and she's getting to snuggle up to him. Blah. But yeah, Margie's all mad about that. So you think she's been spitting at Loomer? One of them's getting ready to do something. So make sure you got a stock of popcorn. Oh, I gotta order some. But anyway, y'all. Oh, the kids are starting to come out. Getting a little cooler now. But anyway, y'all have a great evening, and yeah. What do you all think about this second attempt? And the news about he's not even, again, anything with Democrats. What do you all think about some of this stuff about the gun law, the regulation stuff, or not having it done? And I'm just curious. Let me know. Start a discussion. I am curious because it's not funny, but it's almost funny. I mean, I can't see it being more appropriately boomerang right back. So it's never all that important until it's your kid in the school cowering under a desk. And as soon as one of these little MAGAs have a child that is involved in that, oh, they'll be screaming from the frickin' rooftops. I can guarantee you that. So anyway, y'all have a good evening. Peace out. Hydrate.